and salutations, this is Imperator Vespasian and his trusty sidekick.
Hello.
What do we have today?
A Predator tank.
A Space Marine Predator tank.
Predator tank.
Yeah, it's your tank.
Indeed.
Do you want to design it? Yeah?
So this is for my chapter. You're going to get one, are you?
I may be getting one. I might just get it right now.
Okay. That's the walls of the tank there. I think they can see them perfectly well, these. Yeah.
Yep.
The roof. And I think they're different walls as well, aren't they?
Yeah, you got two sets.
So they did customization there.
No, I mean two sets. Those two go together and then those two go together. So you can have an open interior.
I don't know what they're supposed to be.
Well, we've got the commander sat in the cupola.
Weapons.
Who can theoretically be firing out. We've got the turret with two options of gun. And then you have side sponsons with las cannon or heavy bolters.
And then you have the manual how to build it and the rules for the tank.
Yeah. So, what do you know about the Predator main battle tank? Well, main battle tank?
Not much.
It's not a main battle tank anymore. It was a main battle tank right at the beginning of the Crusades, the First Crusade, and the Emperor went out to reconquest the galaxy. And it's been in operation ever since.
So it's great.
Well, it's 10,000 years old, so, old design, but it works. Made by a standard template construct. The newer vehicles for the Primaris Marines are hover tanks and hover APCs. Because they're not done by a standard template construct, I don't think. I think they just make them, which is rather annoying because it kind of breaks 40k, if you think about it. The whole point of the 40k universe is that humanity doesn't have clever people anymore. They can only build what has already been designed, which is why they search for standard template constructs. The STCs, and that's how they get everything built. And the problem is that they only have limited people with the knowledge to use the standard template constructs, which is what limits the amount of things that can be made. So in a Space Marine company, you would have one company equipped with Land Raiders and tanks like this, but most of the companies would be just infantry companies with a few support vehicles, whirlwinds, stuff like that, depending on what chapter you're doing.
Yeah.
But with the Primaris Space Marines, they've got these dreadnoughts that Space Marines can climb into, which look like something from a rubbishy sci-fi film. And then you've got the hover tanks and stuff, which are okay, but kind of designed by someone who plays video games rather than setting 40k lore.
Yeah, but it's great. So.
Well, no, I mean, this stuff's great. I don't really like the new stuff. I don't really like the Primaris Marines, to be honest. I like the
Concept.
I think the idea is great, and it fits perfectly into existing canon. The idea that Rabute Gilliman set up the Tech Magi to build new Space Marines to replace the Space Marines that have been lost in the war, and now they're coming in, or not now, but they've started coming in. The new Space Marines are coming in. That's going to lead to problems as time goes on. For instance, the Dark Angels had to execute all their Primaris Marines.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, the Primaris, you know about the Dark Angels, some of them turn to Chaos, the Renegades. Well, it's a secret. Only the high initiates, the highest ranking, and the special company that deals with them know about the traitors within their own chapter. So it's all top secret. So when the Primaris Marines were assigned to them, they couldn't tell the Primaris Marines. So it was kind of top secret, so they couldn't really tell them until certain Primaris Marines had excelled and got into the ranks where they could be told. But it turned out one of the companies of Primaris Marines actually found out about it, and so the entire company had to be murdered. Because they couldn't trust them. No, the Dark Angels couldn't trust the Primaris Marines. And the Primaris Marine who they found this out of actually stated that we were created to destroy you. So there could be some sort of... what's the special order in Star Wars that makes the clones turn against them?
Or 666. Isn't it?
Special Order 66. So there may be some form of Special Order 66 built into the Primaris Marines. So you've got all these clone Space Marines who've been frozen all this time, ready to go into combat, and you're now forcing chapters to take them on. Some chapters refuse, which is probably good for them. The Grey Knights are like, nah, I'm not letting them in. Why not? We're a big Terminator army, you're not going anywhere near us.
I don't think mine exists anymore, does it?
Yes. Yeah, your chapter's fine. And other Space Marine chapters are more than happy to take them. Your problem is your Primaris Marines can't use these.
Not trained.
They're not trained for them. I suspect... You see, the way vehicles and stuff work in the 40k universe is you use a holy incantation, you pray to the Omnissiah, and you press this button, then you use another holy incantation to bless the machine spirit, and you press another button and the vehicle fires.
Yeah.
You don't need the holy incantations, and some of the holy incantations are actually vox commands to the computer that operates the machine. So the chant, the dirge, the chant that you make during battle is actually a ancient pre-Gothic tech language, which is what they're regurgitating, and that makes the machine work. But the Primaris aren't necessarily stuck in that rut.
You mean they just press the button?
Yeah, I mean when the Dark Age of technology ended, when the Age of Strife came along, science was lost to most humans. And the way science came back was through religion. So there's a machine spirit that makes everything work. And the machine spirit is the thing, the sort of lie told to people to make it easier for them to accept how machines work. So the only reason your tank works is because of your belief in the Emperor. Therefore, you're not likely to go against the Emperor because the machine won't work. Now look at Oberon on the Third War of Armageddon.
Second.
Third. Oh, yes, sorry, yes, the Second War of Armageddon. Yeah. Oberon was a battle cannon built during the First War, and it could be operated by a normal Space Marine crew or Imperial Guard crew. But the tech priests now, or in when was the M44 was the First War? When was the Orc invasion?
Just second.
Sorry. Yes. When was the Orc invasion? 30.
Oh, the year?
Yeah.
That's me.
I can't remember. Anyway, when the next invasion came. Second invasion, which is actually the third invasion.
Second invasion.
Third invasion.
Second invasion.
The tech priests didn't know how to work it because they'd lost the standard template construct on how it worked. So they didn't know how to use it. So quite a clever tech priest, tech marine, just knocked his way in, figured out how it worked, and just operated it by himself. The thing was built to work with a crew of 300. He manned it himself, because most of the systems were automated. But that's what a single human space tech marine can do. Whereas for the rest of the Empire, you need all these prayers and incantations and training in the priesthood and augmentations and things in order to make things work, and you have to have belief in the machine spirit. Whereas in reality you don't. So this is going in a strange direction.
It is. Yes.
But that's how these things work, and the Primaris don't use them. the Primaris used a new kit. A lot of it appears to be kind of contemporary with the Heresy, but with leftovers of the Dark Age of technology. Probably also a little bit of tech taken from the Tau. I haven't entirely read into the books with the Primaris Marines in and stuff. I've read a couple of them, but I think that's roughly where it's going. So
Interesting.
yeah, well, I just thought I'd just talk about that. I can't think of anything else. What about the model anyway?
I've already said it's pretty good.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's not a bad vehicle. It's just a standard Rhino with a turret on top.
Just need to stick it together.
Yeah, when you order a Rhino, you just get that, and that, and that. And when you get this, you get that, and that added. Which is cool. Technically, you could turn it into a Rhino, but that would mean you'd have a useless turret, and you'd spend slightly more money on something which you weren't using as a... I'll shut up now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over to you.
Oh, I don't have the outro anymore, do I?
Oh, no you don't.
So, that's everything from me.
I hope that the video and everything. Everything from you, everything from me. That's it. We're gone.
Bye.
Bye.